Hello YouTube and welcome to my next asset tutorial, and today I'm gonna show you how to make nice low-poly rocks. Firstly, you're gonna add icosphere. Yes, icosphere. You can take it. If you wish you can subdivide it, but subdivide smooth, but no need for, in my case, it depends how high poly count you want. You go in sculpt mode, then you can do some sculpting on it. Enable screencast keys so you can see. Okay, you can't really see much. It doesn't seem to show up. Did I hold control? Okay, if you want to decrease it, you hold down control. If you want to increase it, don't hold down control. So I'm gonna quickly model some weird looking rock. Oh, I'm gonna disable symmetry because I don't know any rocks that are symmetrical. Yeah, if you know symmetrical rock, maybe you can paste it in comments section, any link to it, some images, because I may be interested in seeing something that phenomenal. So okay, this will be kinda dumb looking rock, purposeless, but I'm gonna leave it as this. Okay, nice rock. I'm gonna set it smooth. Yeah, now what we are gonna do is make normals for it. I'm gonna call it rock first. Yeah, now I'm gonna duplicate it, Shift A X 2. Okay, and actually scale down by hold the size in edit mode. And now I'm gonna call this rock age, which means high. Now what I can do is go to sculpt mode and under Dyntopo, enable dynamic topology, brush details, smooth shading, optimize. I'm gonna set it to 20. No, firstly I'm gonna set to 50 for first div in. And for now I'm gonna actually disable smooth shading. So now you can work on first base detail, which is something like this. Just adjust it from somewhere around this distance. If you zoom in closer, you can see it having higher detail. But firstly you want to do the basic detail. Actually, yeah, something like this, maybe in the zoom level. So you are just doing now the job to make it detailed. I'm gonna scale it this to 0.3 actually, because I don't want to add so much detail to our rock. But this first stage is making it more rounded, giving it its real base geometry, which is the base geometry. So instead of the basic base geometry, this one is the deeper one, containing more detail. And then we're gonna get into the detail editing, which is gonna be the most interesting part out of them all. Okay, those edges at some points are annoying, but after smoothing a bit, they'll fade actually. I'm gonna make it less distorted there. This part may be extracted outwards. Some of the sharp edges can stay, because our rocks have random sharp edges which can actually come handy in history. They have came handy because they have been used for cutting things actually, while there wasn't able like knives or something. Or yes, so sometimes it's good if a rock has sharp edges. yeah, so I'm just adjusting data. I'm gonna pause while I get the look what I need. Okay, I'm back. I have modeled this. I hope that you have also obtained something. And I noticed that you can actually zoom in, and then you can easily get rid of those ultra sharp edges by making them face outwards more for such sharp parts. Then you can just zoom out to reduce the details, or you can hold down the control to make them smooth out. Something like that. And my well, my Hyperly model is almost done. This is the rock. Yeah, just a few more tweaks to do. Okay, now we have this little rock. I'm gonna go back to skull mode now. Enable the topology, smooth shading, and now I'm gonna set it to 25%. And here I'm gonna select the clay strips tool because it seems to be really good for smooth detail. For rock details also. It can make some kind of interesting things like this. As you can see, those little ridges. And now you can mostly use it for creasing and adding those little scrape effects. And if you just keep randomly sculpting with it, you can gain some nice looking rock results. Also, I'm gonna pause now, and then I'm gonna show you what I can come up with. Okay, here I have done some basic geometry here for this rock. I know you can do it better. This is just a video placeholder. For some sharp edges, now you may want to enchain them, like add smoother detail to them and try to decrease areas around them even more. You may want to round a few corners and adjust it a lot. And then you can add some smooth shapes. For example, I can afford something up to 500 key polygons. You keep watching that number. If it grows too huge, you must be careful because each graphics card has limits. Don't try to climb over your ones. So this is the basic rock I have here, and in my opinion it looks pretty enough. What you're gonna do now is move it back GX -2 here, and while holding down shift select the Lowpoly rock, go to edit mode, use Smart UV project. You may also consider moving the UVs. Firstly, enable scratch to see if they're all nice. If the more blue they are, the better they are. I'm gonna select this, rotate down here. Whoa, sorry. Rotate. And then I'm gonna adjust those to get more bluish look. Yeah, it's a matter of time and your own targets if you want it to be ultra good UVs or just some basic ones. Sorry, I'm missing the keys. Well, I don't know if I can fix this UV. It doesn't seem so. Okay, something like this. And move, oh, kind of this one. I'm gonna disable scratch now. And I'm gonna add new texture. I'm gonna call it bake. No, I'm gonna call it rock normals. Like this. And I'm gonna go to fed mode, go to bake normals. Set this to 2. Select it to active. Bake. Now you should wait. While it bakes, I'm gonna pause for this moment. Okay, it has baked it. Wasn't that slow actually. You can see those nice normal maps. I'm gonna save as image. Leave it, rocks normals. Now in edit mode I'm gonna add them another image, rocks AO. I'm gonna save it again. I'm gonna select ambient occlusion here. I'm gonna go to world settings, enable ambient occlusion, set to multiply. I do this because I want to go here and increase the sampling to reduce the noise. I'm gonna set to 16 and I'm gonna press bake, and now I'm gonna pause because it's gonna be long time to bake this for me. Not very long, but kinda, as you can see, slow. It's slow for me. Okay, I have done the baking. Now you can see this nice AO. I'm gonna save as image again. Okay, now I can select this rock, the high poly one, and I move somewhere away to make the scene perform better. I'm gonna add new material called rock. Scale this up. Make full color. Now I'm gonna go here, add normal map, rock, normals. I'm gonna select this baked texture, disable color, enable geometry normal, and image sampling normal map. Now you can see it's nicely normal map. It looks similar as our Hyperly except those edges, but who will notice it? And I'm gonna actually now I'm gonna open up GIMP. Now what will you need is to get rock texture somewhere. For this purposes, for video purposes, I'm gonna get it from Google Images, but I'd recommend you to get it to capture it by yourself from camera. It will be better in all meanings, including that you will be able to feel proud because you will have done everything yourself. But here I'm gonna get it from Google Images. I'm gonna make sure that those GIMP toolbars doesn't show up here. Okay. You need something like this, maybe something lighter. Something smooth. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. It looks promising for me. I'm gonna save it now. I'm gonna call it rock diffuse. And close browser. Open. Open. And I'm gonna go to my directory, and here's my rock diffuse. Fortunately, it's 1024 times 1024. If you don't have that size, make sure that you scratch and scale it to be this size. And now I'm gonna file open as layers. Rocks AO. No, not yet. Firstly, I'm gonna leave it like this, or even close the GIMP. I'm gonna take that image here. I'm gonna call it rock diffuse texture, and open that image I have obtained there. And you can see it fit nicely on the rock. Now I'm gonna go in texture paint mode. take the clone tool, and now I can adjust the seams. As you can see here, there's sharp edge. You can fix it easily. Take it here and paint over the seam. There will be still some seams remaining, as the UV map has those, but they're really not significant. Oh, I'm gonna select all of those textures again due to the fact I have OBJ. Enable map mapping because I need it. Otherwise it kinda can ruin the look if you don't have it at some point. In texture paint you will still have it. I'm gonna just adjust them. This texture looks kinda good, so you even don't need much adjustments here. In most cases you will need them though, because there will rarely be such a good texture down there. Usually also if you capture it, it will be very variable. One side will look very different from others, so you're gonna get a lot of seams there. Okay, I have done it, so I'm gonna save image. Now I'm gonna open GIMP, file, open recent, the rock diffuse, and now I'm gonna file, open as layers. I'm gonna go to the directory and open rocks AO. And for this texture I'm gonna set mode to multiply. I'm gonna now adjust it. So I'm gonna go colors, brightness, contrast. I'm gonna increase brightness a lot, and I'm gonna also increase the contrast. I'm gonna quickly set the mode to normal just to see how it looks. Now if I set it to multiply, yeah, it's kinda good. Maybe I can still adjust colors. Okay, I can now overwrite, and here I'm gonna reload it. Now you can see that AO applied, and the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna close this image, and we're gonna open up the rocks AO. And with this, what we can do is we can actually again play with brightness, contrast. We can make it less bright, a bit higher contrast, again turn down brightness. Now I'm gonna add filters, noise, add the sweet noise, saturation 0, value up, okay, just a bit up, saturation. Hue like this, and turn up wholeness. Adjust it like this. I'm gonna zoom in 100% to see how it looks. Now I can do filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm gonna reduce it to 2. Now I'm gonna export as rocks specular. Specular. And yeah, I added noise to add some little effects, like, you know, those little sheens. They will not be very significant, but you'll still see them. So rock specular. And I'm gonna take this thing again here, and then again for my sake enable miming. You don't need to do it if you don't have a BGA. I'm gonna turn specular intensity and hardness to fit this value. Now I'm gonna set this hemisphere to be world background 0.25, no specular, and add sun lamp like this. Set it to blender gain, enable shadow, variance 0 bias 2, first time scale. Okay, now I'm gonna select this object and see what I can adjust here. If I scale this up, it's gonna add useless specular, so I don't need. I can adjust this hardness, set it to something like 30, I think. Maybe even 100. I don't know which version looks better for you. You can adjust the material, and yes, this is almost finished rock. It is basically finished. So this is how you make nice looking low poly rocks in Blender game engine, and then you can use it wherever you need. And yes, I hope you liked this tutorial. If so, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, then subscribe, and comment any questions or opinions. See you next time.